Hello! Welcome to the first episode of Soy. The insecurity that we'll be looking at this week is I'm bad at making friends. Personally, I think making friends can be pretty hard. We often convince ourselves that we're bad at it because it's not natural for us to put ourselves out there and be vulnerable. I think this is an insecurity that plagues a lot of college kids because most of us come in not knowing anyone, which can be exciting just as much as it is scary. College can be a particularly lonely period in life because this is when we really start to figure out how to make friends. But until we do figure that out, we're stuck thinking that we're bad at it. This thought of I'm bad at making friends can so easily manifest into an insecurity because we're quick to assume that it's due to personal faults. We question whether we're too shy or too outspoken, whether we're fun to be around or not, whether our physical appearance is pleasing or welcoming. So many doubts can arise from us trying to justify this way of thinking. But whether this insecurity is an excuse because making friends is tiring, or it's manifested from other deeper self-doubts, we shouldn't just write it off. Some of us are just like, yeah, I'm not so great at making friends, but can't explain why. I think a lot of us are inclined to adopt this insecurity because we don't put ourselves in situations in which friends can be made. Our fear of those situations makes us think that we're bad at it, when really we just haven't tried. College is full of social opportunities that we should be taking advantage of. Sure, socializing is draining and scary and awkward at times, but we can't just be content with this thinking of I'm bad at making friends. Instead, we should look deeper and acknowledge our truths and change that statement from I'm bad at making friends to maybe I'm shy, or I have social anxiety, or I find introducing myself to new people hard. Because once we do that, we change from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And from there, we can embrace the challenge of making friends instead of avoiding it. The story of how I made my first group of friends at State is kind of embarrassing, but looking back at it now, I realized that how I dealt with my insecurity took a lot of courage and determination. I had changed my way of thinking of I'm bad at making friends to I'm not trying hard enough. So I lived in Chappie at the beginning of my first year. I wasn't all that close to my roommates, and I generally felt out of place because I was one of the few Asian Americans on my floor. It was the night of the campus Carnival Aztec Night event, and I was like, man, I should really go because I literally have nothing else to do, but I had no one to go with. So when everyone on my floor met up to roll out to the event together, I just went up to this group of girls and was like, hi, my name's Cara. Do y'all mind if I tag along with y'all to the carnival? And they were nice enough to say yes, and I was like, nice, I'm doing good. So we walked on over to the carnival together, but on the way there, we just weren't on the same wavelength because they were talking about after parties and boys and alcohol, all of which are cool and good, but at that point, I just hadn't been exposed to that stuff. So when a few of them started pre-gaming, I was like, oh man, I don't know about this. So before I even entered the carnival, I turned to address this group of girls and was like, thank you so much for letting me tag along with y'all, but I think I'm just gonna head back to the dorms. And they were like, all right. I was like, okay, bye. After my sad walk back to Chappie, I just stayed in the first floor lobby to call my family. And as I was talking to them, I was looking into the common room and I saw 3 girls from my floor playing pool. And I was like, wow, that's like another prime opportunity to make a fool of myself. So I bid adieu to my family and I walked up to those girls playing pool, never having played pool in my life, and I said, hi, do y'all mind if I join? And then they became my first friends in college. The 4 of us aren't super close anymore, which is unfortunate, but it's just how it worked out. Regardless, they helped me feel comfortable in my own skin in an environment in which I made myself feel unwelcomed and unwanted. With the confidence I had gained from that situation, I was able to go on and make friends with the people I'm lucky enough to call my housemates now, with people from APSA and people from my major. I was able to build myself my own community, and now SDSU truly feels like home. I know that making friends is going to be a unique challenge with this year being online, but reaching out to people virtually is no less of a feat than doing it in person. So keep on coming out to these Zoom meetings, message APSA board members and returning members. Stay connected to campus. And if you really don't know where to start, feel free to reach out to me. I'm no expert when it comes to making friends, so you and I can work it out together.